Welcome into the Cougar Cage. Realized our stream did not start up on first touch, so we've got it running now. And we just underway about 3 minutes into the basketball game. 4-2 in favor of Bakersfield. As the setup to the game when we were getting things started and didn't realize the stream did not take for whatever reason. You know, technology, it has those things. This game really a must-win for both teams. For College of the Canyons at 6-7. Needing a win today to get to 7-7 and split the regular season with Bakersfield, who's 6-6 today. Bakersfield with one more regular season game against LA Valley on their schedule. So really a must-win for both teams as Aaron Chavez in his 16th year sends Davis, Lewis, Coleman, Pemberton, and Counts on the floor to start. The Cougars starting with Barrientos, Caston, Henderson, Griffin, and Galgado. For Howard Fisher in his 22nd season as the head coach. Barrientos will follow a jumper from just in front of the foul line is good. We're even at 4 all. Barrientos now with 4 points as a whistle by the official. It looked like the clock maybe did not get started correctly or something with the clock. That definitely looks like what it was. It was a 10-second runoff that did not happen. So we go back to work here. Joshua Lewis with the basketball. Cougars in a full-court soft press. He'll get it ahead to Coleman, who gets it across the timeline. Onto the near side to Davis. And he'll get it to Lewis to slow things down. Here's Lewis. Moving into the painted area. Stop-up jumper partially blocked as Barrientos was there to alter the shot. Bakersfield with just 3 to shoot. Davis will put up a jumper from the baseline, no good. Rebound to Andrew Henderson. The Cougars back to work on the offensive side. That one out off of Bakersfield, so to stay with College of the Canyons. It's 4 all here in the first. 16:45 to go, just underway. Get it in. Galgano jumper from the baseline on the far side, no good. It was short off the front of the rim. Bakersfield back up the floor. Here's Coleman with the basketball for the Renegades. Coleman averaging 17.7 per. He's 22nd in the States in minutes played this year. He's played over 700 on the season. He's top 20 in points as well. As Davis misses, driving, rebound. Put back attempt, no good from Counts. He got his own rebound after Henderson and Davis both tipping it. And eventually a foul going to be called. It's going to go against Henderson down low on the inside. And actually they gave it to Zion Caston. His first foul. For the Cougars, Henderson, the guy that leads the way, 18th in the state in points per game, averaging almost 20 a game and 8.5 rebounds. As the first shot from Counts is good. Counts a 67% foul shooter this year. Bakersfield right now 3rd in the Western States Conference South. Half a game up on College of the Canyons due to the one less regular season game. Cougars at 4th. A win here today for Canyons would get them at least a split on the season with Bakersfield. Put them both in 3rd place with whatever the tiebreaker is in the Western States Conference, deciding who gets 3rd place. It keeps your playoff hopes alive, but definitely for both these teams, they need a win. The top 2 spots in the conference already locked up this year. Jumper off the heel of the rim, no good. Either way comes Bakersfield. You look at the conference standings this year, West LA and Citrus wrapped it up a while ago. West LA 13-0, Citrus 11-2 is another bucket for Bakersfield. And they have a 4-point lead. Cougars go quickly. Griffin has it blocked by Counts at the backboard. Went down hard. Back the other way, Bakersfield again, trying to run. They'll kick it over. Lewis, a 3-pointer, finds its way in. Boy, that thing rattled around, hit off the backboard, and fell in. And you make it 11-4 in favor of Bakersfield. So defense leads to offense for the Renegades. Cougars trying to break a little 7-0 run. They do with their big gun and Andrew Henderson, the freshman out of Chatsworth, able to get to the backboard, and that's where he's very dangerous if you can get him inside. cause a lot of problems for the opposing defense. Coleman will bring it over to the near side to Lewis, who will work on the dribble to the right side wing. They want to get it inside. Pemberton trying to back down. Galvano ends up shuffling his feet. So it's a turnover and substitutions coming in. Corwin Smith will take over along with King Miller as they get Zion Caston and Dylan Griffin off the floor for College of the Canyons. Davis going to come off right now for Bakersfield as they bring in Sean Fry for the first time today, the freshman out of McKinney, Texas. So here's Barrientos to Galvano on the near side wing. Guarded by Fry, gets it to Henderson. 17-footer short off the front of the iron. Smith couldn't pull down a rebound. Instead, Pemberton able to fight for it and pull it away. Get it to Coleman, who works it up the floor. Coleman quiet so far, doesn't have a bucket, doesn't have a field goal. It was over one from the floor, excuse me, we should say. Read on stat sheet. Back the other way comes Barrientos after the miss on the near side. Cougars get it into Corwin Smith, who's fouled as he's going into the air. It's a tough assignment for Sean Fry that time, one-on-one with Smith. Smith at 6'8", the freshman out of Burbank, California. Went to Burroughs High School, started 8 of the last 9 games for the Cougars coming into today, but came off the bench. Had a nice outing against Bakersfield last time up at their place at 10-6 with a block against the Renegades. Galvano going to come off the floor. Cameron McCray going to check in for the first time today for the Cougars. Smith missed the first, made the second. 78% foul shooter on the year. Splits them. It's 11-6 in favor of Bakersfield. Cougars in that soft press right now, trying to trap the Renegades. Bakersfield does a good job to work it across the timeline. Here's Lewis. 16-footer, no good. Rebound tipped out, found its way to Barrientos. Got bumped from behind, able to hold his footing and hold the basketball. Send it over to King Miller on the near side wing. Henderson, straight away, little stutter step, decides better of it, gets it back to Miller. Miller spinning back towards the near side, got it to Corwin Smith, little right-hand baby hook in the lane is good. Smith now with 3, and it's back to a 2-point game. Cougars again, still in that soft press, trying to trap here. And Lewis gonna dribble out across the timeline. Coleman. Trying to work with the basketball. Stop-up jumper over the top of McCray. Banks it off the window and in. First bucket of the day for Terrell Coleman. Bakersfield back with a 4-point lead. McCray guarded by Fry. To King Miller. Miller will put it on the floor, trying to penetrate. Instead will back it off. Skips it inside. Smith. Little jumper in the lane. Doesn't fall. Poked that one out after it was pulled down by counts. It'll stay with Bakersfield here. 12:38 to go in the first half. 13-9 in favor of the Renegades. Davis going to check back in. Medina going to check in for the first time today as well. So a short rest for Ramel Davis, the freshman out of Hollywood, Florida. Went to MacArthur High School. Averaging 12 points a game and 7 rebounds this year. Had 17 and 10 against College of the Canyons last time. His 5 double-doubles on the season. So here's Coleman driving baseline, has to spin it inside. No good on the first chance from counts, but Davis inside position able to put it back. And the lead all the way back up to 6 now. First bucket of the day for Davis as Barrientos have that one altered by counts, trying to lay it in. Renegades quickly back up the floor, into the corner to Medina. Throws it back out high to Coleman, working against King Miller. Kicks it back, Medina 3. Late closeout from Henderson, can't get to Medina, knocks it down. And a timeout on the floor called by Howard Fisher. A 9-point Bakersfield lead, 11:47 to go here in the first half from the Cougar Cage.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
18-9, Renegades in the lead. Cougars go back to work on the offensive side. Here's King Miller, dumps it off to Galgano. Drives, fakes, kicks it back to Corwin Smith. Foul line jumper, pure. Nice shot from Smith that time. Knocks it down and gets the Cougars back within 7 here. So far, Bakersfield has had the better of it on the offensive side. A turnover that time is a steal from Barrientos, and he's able to lay it in. Barrientos now with 6 on the fast break, leads the way for the Cougars. It's back to a 5-point game. Canyons again with some soft pressure right near the timeline. Lose control of where their defensive assignments are, but Bakersfield another turnover. Is that one thrown into the backcourt? King Miller going to pick it up. He'll go to the basket and lay it in as Medina couldn't do anything to get there. Had to try and go around Barrientos, who was just holding his ground. And a timeout by Bakersfield. This is a 3-point game, 18-15, 10-4. Back to work here inside the Cougar Cage. 18-15, Renegades out in front. Had a 9-point lead, but Canyon's able to close it back, and they've got it back to within 3. Just about halfway point here in this first half. Cougars in a zone defense right now. Bakersfield trying to get set up. Galgano with his steal, able to step into the passing lane. Smith ahead looking for McCray, who had to save it, didn't keep running towards the corner, and the pass from Smith was well too far ahead. I think that's actually going to get Corwin Smith taken out of the game here. There's a 3-pointer from deep from Medina, no good, off the front of the rim. Rebound picked up by Barrientos. His outlet pass blocked by Coleman. He's able to get it back and go back to work. Barrientos works it back to the center circle. Wipes off his shoes as he goes to work. He'll pump a 3 up there. No good as it rolled in and out. Rebound back the other way as Coleman goes to work. Medina works it inside Davis, trying to get to the cutting counts. Instead, it found its way over to Lewis, who puts up a 3 off the heel of the rim. Back to Medina off the offensive board. His 3 is good. And that's 2 threes for Medina here in the first. He's got 6 now, as it's 21-15 in favor of Bakersfield. Barrientos working off the screen towards the paint. Had it blocked, but he was fouled from behind by Terrell Coleman.
Bakersfield foul number 4, Tyrell Coleman. His first, the team's third. A 2-shot opportunity, given Barrientos.
This will send Barrientos to the line. Barrientos this year 67% from the foul line. Knocks down the first. Canyons this year has been really good getting to the line. So far this year, 4th in the state in terms of free throw attempts per game, averaging almost 24. They make almost 17, which is 2nd most in the state of California. But you think about it, they only shoot about 70%, which is right about middle of the pack as Barrientos splits them, goes 1-1. So it's a 5-point Bakersfield lead. That's kind of been some of the difference for Canyons this year during some of their games, is the struggle on the free throw line as they get there a lot and they leave a lot of points on the table. There's a good drive that time from Joshua Lewis as he knocks it down. neither of these teams really lighting the world on fire in terms of shooting percentage, points per game. You look at Bakersfield, 26% from the field, 49th in the state. Canyons, 28%, 34th in the state. But it tells you how close the state really is in terms of top to bottom. Cougars averaging 80 points a game in the top 30. Bakersfield averaging just 7 points less. 72nd in the state. Is that one a turnover on Bakersfield? Last time these two teams played, it was a low-scoring affair. Cougars, one of their lowest outputs of the year, just 57 points in the game. Well below their season average. This was a 10-point loss as Caden Arnold into the game for the first time today. As Cougars get Barrientos a little break here. Caston in there as well. McCray fakes a three, gets it to Caston. Little jumper from the baseline is good. Nice shot from Zion Caston. He's got his first bucket of the day. It's back to a 5-point game. Cougars again in a bit of a soft press here. They let Lewis break the timeline. Arnold guarding him as the Cougars in a man-to-man situation here defensively. Lewis throws that one away. Thought about putting up a shot, but the length of Caden Arnold able to make him rethink it. Wanted to throw it off into the corner, but nobody was there. And it's a turnover on Bakersfield, so Canyons has it, the chance to get it back within 5. As Arnold are working up the floor, across the timeline for COC. Guarded by Lewis, will send it to McCray. Wing three on the way, no good. McCray's a guy that can knock those down when he starts to get in rhythm a bit, but does not get to play quite a bit. Only averages about 10 minutes a game. Had a season high 4 3-pointers on 12 points against LA Valley back on the 5th of this month. So he certainly has that capability, just doesn't get the opportunity as Henderson got loose as one of the Bakersfield defenders fell down. Might have got tripped up, and it's an easy bucket for Henderson as he just takes a jumper from about 10. Henderson now with 4, and it's a 3-point game, 1-possession game with 7 minutes to go here in the first half. Coleman into the corner, Medina wide open for 3, had too much time, was short. Galgano with the rebound, dribbles it out of the backcourt area, sent it to Zion Caston, cutting to the basket, who lays it in. Back-to-back buckets for Canyons, and they trail by 1, 23-22. Baseline drive, scored in the foul for Pemberton. He's able to get to the baseline, beat the defender there, drew the foul, and he'll get to the line. Son Caston is second. Pemberton, a 60% foul shooter, will go to work at the line. Caston will come out as Smith comes back in. Isaiah Dockery in. Foul shot from Pemberton is good. Sean Fry back in as well for Bakersfield. Back to a 4-point Renegade lead here. Smith put it on the floor. Foul line jumper too strong. Coleman able to poke that away from Henderson from behind. Henderson had good inside position. And then up the floor, Galgano gets called with a foul. So credit Coleman with the jumping ability to get over the top of Henderson there to poke it away. No, Howard Fisher was calling potentially for an over the back, but didn't get it. And then up the floor, Galgano ends up picking up a foul. McCray comes off. Dylan Griffin back in. Pemberton to bring it in for Bakersfield. Coleman, who's been quiet so far, just 2 buckets on 1 of 2 shooting. Works it into the paint, gets it back. 3-pointer on the way from Fry is good. Bakersfield stays hot from 3. 4 of 10 so far. Cougars 0 for 6 from behind the 3-point line. It's back to a 7-point lead. Galgano turnover as Henderson was cutting out. Galgano thought he was cutting in. Fast break bucket back the other way for Dockery as Coleman able to dish it off to him. So even when Coleman not scoring, finding a way to get his team loose as the lead now back up to 9 with 5:39 to go here in the first. Arnold driving, dumps it, Galgano underneath. Switched hands in the air, he's fouled, didn't get it to fall. It'll go to the line. Cougars continuing to get to the line. Going to be their 5th and 6th opportunities today. Galgano is 69% foul shooter this year. First of two from Galgano is good.
Into the game for Bakersfield, number 12. Eloy Medina.
Second is good as well.
Cougar substitution number 30, Barrientos.
So Galgano makes a couple. Difference in the game so far. Really probably the reason that Canyons is within 7. 7 turnovers on Bakersfield, just 2 on COC here early on. Bakersfield 4 of 10 from the floor. Had they had a few more solid possessions, the lead might be a little larger. Instead, it's pretty close. Henderson able to pull down a rebound off a miss. Arnold back the other way, no good. And then an offensive foul called against Bakersfield, so another empty possession here. Davis back into the game, some confusion on where he needs to check in. Seven-point lead for Bakersfield here. Cougars with their design play that we've seen them do a number of times this year. On a backward bounce pass from Griffin to Henderson, cutting to the basket, and he's able to finish it off despite some tight defense from Bakersfield. Henderson now with 6 in the ball game, back to a 5-point game. Here's Davis working against Henderson. Over to Pemberton, drives, triple teamed in the paint, tied up by Henderson. And it's a jump ball possession arrow with Canyon, so the Cougars get a takeaway there. Lewis looked like he was going to check in, but got called back from the bench. The Cougars go back to work. Foul going to be called on Bakersfield.
Foul number 11, John Fry, is first. Team foul number 6.
The foul is on Fry. Cougars go back to work on the offensive side. Griffin nearly slipped, able to keep his balance and keep the basketball. Got it inside towards Corwin Smith. Kicks it back to Barrientos, 7 to work. Barrientos trying to get to the baseline. Kicks it back. Arnold, three-pointer from the wing is good. Arnold with his first bucket of the day, a 3. And it's back to a 2-point game with 3:37 to go here in the first. Fry speeding towards the bucket, no good. Davis rebound on the inside, fouled underneath the basket. We'll see who they give it to. It looks like it's going to be against Dylan Griffin. That's good because Henderson has been in there with a couple of those plays that he could have maybe potentially been called for a foul, and that's been some trouble for Henderson over the last few weeks. Been in foul trouble early in games, had to have long runs on the bench. And that does not do the Cougars well, as he's really the one that sets the table offensively, averaging almost 20 a game, has 6 double-doubles this year. Just about everything works off of him. As the first free throw from Davis, no good. Davis a 57% foul shooter this year. Really for COC, Henderson, Barrientos, Galgano have been the big 3 this year, all averaging over 10 a game. If you can get some additions from Smith, Miller, Caston, and Dylan Griffin, it helps out. As 1 of 2 is good. Howard Fisher still working the official on the far side of the floor after that last foul. At one point, he actually looked behind himself and said something to Greg Herrick, the women's basketball coach, who's standing by the door, and they're still chatting about it. Barrientos goes back to work offensively. Don't see that often. So here's Arnold. He'll put up a 20-footer that's short air ball. Barrientos the save. Got it to Griffin. Back to Arnold. They work it around. Barrientos, corner three on the way, no good. Missed it off the back of the iron. Back the other way, Bakersfield with a 4-point lead. 3-point lead, excuse me. 3 minutes even to go here in the first half. That's an unfortunate foul on Dylan Griffin that time. Got bumped into by Sean Fry as he was trying to stay with Fry as Lewis had the basketball, and it picks up his second foul. That's just one of those ones where you just kind of look and you go, what am I supposed to do there? Trying to get around the guy, not hit him, and got bumped right into him. And it wasn't intentional by Fry to bump into Griffin that time. It's just one of those plays that happens in a game. So Bakersfield back to work. Neither team really approaching the bonus at this point in time. Bakersfield 6 fouls, the Cougars with 5, as it's been a low foul activity first half. As a three-pointer from Fry, no good off the wing. Tip rebound goes out off of Bakersfield, so it'll be Canyons basketball. And Smith will bring it back in. Barrientos will look to the bench for a signal on the play and walk it up the floor. King Miller back into the game. Galgano checked back in as well during that last break. Barrientos driving. Smith had it blocked. Tries to put up a 15-footer, and the length of Troy Counts knocks it away. Counts 6'7" sophomore out of Delano, California. Went to Robert F. Kennedy High School. Showed off the length there. Able to swat that one away. Had 5 blocks last time against Canyons. Only had 2 points, but added 9 rebounds, 5 blocks, so was still very active. It's a good bounce pass inside off the inbound to Henderson from Barrientos. Easy bucket for Henderson, who's now got 8. And Canyons back within 1 here. Here's Lewis leading the way for Bakersfield to 9 right now, wanting to drive. Had it stripped, taken away by Canyons. Fast break back the other way. Miller blocked on the chase down by Counts. Canyons wanted a goaltend. Didn't get it. Henderson with a block on the other side on a chase down. Turned it over though. And Bakersfield able to finish it off as Pemberton able to get the putback. Galgano into the corner. Miller, three-pointer, no good. Henderson, rebound on the inside, works into the paint, slips it underneath. Reverse layup, good for Galgano, and it's back to a 1-point game with 1:25 to go here in the first half. Back and forward we go. Defense flashing, some nice offense from both sides as well. Cougars gonna trap Lewis here. And a travel gonna be called against Lewis. So a turnover on Bakersfield. It'll be their 10th of the ball game here so far. 65 seconds to go here in the first half. Cougars in a motion offense here. Galgano. Now to Miller. Miller trying to find a lane, driving, could not draw the foul. Couldn't get his own rebound, but he was fouled going up to get it. We'll stay with Canyons, as that's actually going to put Canyons in the bonus here, as they'll shoot 1-1, as that's the 7th team foul on Bakersfield. Miller makes the first. Miller this year 69%. And we're tied at 34 with 51.7 to go this first half, and Miller can give the Cougars their first lead, and does. 35-34, Canyons out in front for the first time. Bakersfield has led since the opening tip. Cougars with their first lead of the ball game. It's a slim one, a 1-point lead, and it's taken away just like that as Davis got to the basket and laid it in. 35 seconds to go here in the first half. Barrientos will slow things down, about a 6-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. So the Cougars will have to take a shot here. Bakersfield backs everybody inside the three-point line. Barrientos working it to Henderson. Henderson underneath lays it in. Counts was late to come from behind and try and close it out. Henderson now in double figures. Lewis looking for the last shot. Dribbled it off his own foot out of play. Will leave 2.3 left. Canyons with a basketball. Chance to try and put up a late heave here and extend their lead, which right now is 1. And Howard Fisher wants to take a timeout to talk about a play, design something here with 2.3 left in the first half. We'll take.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
I'm thirsty. I need one of those. 2.3 to go, not 23. I don't know why our clock says 23. It should say 2.3, but that's the camera capture on it. So I trust me, it's 2.3 left to go here in the first. The Cougars designing a play. Try and get the ball up the floor quickly and get a last-second shot. As they lead by 1, 37-36. Is Smith going to bring it in? Got it to King Miller. Miller, deep three-pointer at the buzzer, was almost there. Rattled in and out. Good look, though, off the inbound play. And the Cougars take a 37-36 lead into the locker room after the first 20 minutes of play. We'll step aside. Check. Cougar Cage. Here we go. Welcome back into the Cougar Cage here on the campus of College of the Canyons. We get ready for second half action in 3C2A men's basketball. Bakersfield and COC with the Cougars leading 37-36. Look at the first half numbers for both sides. Cougars 15 of 35 from the floor, just 1 of 9 from 3, 6 of 8 from the line. With a 1-point lead in the ball game, Bakersfield 41 of 32, 4 of 11 from 3, just 5 foul shots, but made 4 of them. They trail by 1. Turnover is really the difference right now. Bakersfield 12 turnovers in that first half, just 2 against COC in the first 20 minutes. Cougars had 13 of their 37 points off turnovers. Rebound battle in favor of Bakersfield right now by a big margin, 24-10. But again, it's the Cougars with a 1-point lead. Bakersfield to have the basketball to start here in the second. As Bakersfield will start with Dockery, Medina, Pemberton, Kappa, and Counts. I think that's actually incorrect. I think the starters on the website are wrong, so we'll relook at it. Pemberton out there, Davis out there, Lewis, Coleman, and Counts are the starters for Canyon. Same 5 starters, or 4 of the same 5 starters, with Corwin Smith getting the start here in the second half in place of Zion. Caston is the first look for Bakersfield, no good. Smith able to save the rebound, and the Cougars will go to work. Look at the points for players in the first half. Henderson had 10 points, 4 rebounds, leading everybody on the floor. Lewis with 9 and 2, a couple of assists as well. Henderson falling down. A blocking foul going to be called against Bakersfield. A late blocking foul going to be called against Bakersfield. First foul here in the second half. 8 different scorers for Bakersfield in the first. Pemberton had 7, Medina had 6, Davis with 5, Fry with 3, Dockery, Coleman, and Counts each with 2. For the Cougars, as we said, Henderson with 10. Then you had Barrientos with 7, Smith with 5, Galgano with 4, Caston and Miller also with 4s. Barrientos gets to the rack and lays it in. And then Caden Arnold, the only other scorer on the floor, with 3. Barrientos now with 9. Cougars have extended the lead to 3, 39-36. As here's Coleman, dumps it inside. Pemberton goes up in the painted area, no good. Rebound pulled down by Henderson. Throws it ahead to Galgano with speed. Will stop it up in the corner, double teamed. Throws it out to Barrientos on the wing, wide open look for 3, too much. Rebound to Griffin, kicks it back. Barrientos this time, corner 3, and that one is good. Barrientos now with 12. And the Cougars with their largest lead of the ball game at 6, 42-36. As if you recall in the first half, the Cougars' first lead didn't come until very late. Just a couple of minutes left in the first half. I think it was actually less than that. I think it was 1 minute left in the first half as they took their first lead by a point with 54 seconds left. They've extended the lead to 6 now, and they have the basketball again. Galgano, Corwin Smith on the catch. Smith up to Griffin. Griffin driving, wanting to penetrate. Will kick it back. Galgano in rhythm. 3 is good. And the Cougars starting to heat up from downtown. Back-to-back threes. And the lead now 45-36 is up to 9. And a timeout by Aaron Chavez as Bakersfield gets across the timeline. 17:44 to go here in the second half.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
So Canyons now with a 45-36 lead. Bakersfield working into the paint. Little jumper, no good. As Coleman's turnaround look doesn't find the bucket. Henderson runs it back up the floor and lays it in. And the Cougars with an 11-point lead is Henderson now with 12. And a timeout called by one of the officials, an official timeout to talk to Pemberton, make sure he's all right. Another three-pointer from Barrientos, and Canyons continues to shoot from 3 well here in the second half as they've pushed the lead to 50-38 up to 12 here.
Big ball, shot clock reset to 20.
So 50-38, Canyons in the lead, 16:37 to go. Barrientos now with 15 has knocked down 2 of 4 threes on the game. Both of those threes coming here in the second as Medina out of the inbound play. A jumper no good. Coleman able to sky over the top of the inside positioned Canyons defender and pull down the board and put it back. Coleman now starting to find his way a little bit, has 4. He's getting it done on the boards a bit with 4 rebounds 4 assists as well as Barrientos. Little floater, no good. Henderson inside position, rips the board down out of the hands of Coleman and puts it back. So Coleman now, or excuse me, Henderson now with 14. Canyon keeps their lead. This one no good, goes a foul against Bakersfield. It's going to go against Counts. Foul's going to go into Pemberton. It's going to send King Miller to the line. Miller makes 1 of 2, lead now to 13 for Canyons. It was actually a 14-point lead. That's been the largest of the day for COC. It's Henderson with another block. Henderson this year, 20th in the state in blocks coming into today's game. He had 39 coming into today, but has 2 here today. So Bakersfield goes back to work. Lewis trying to drive against Barrientos. Little jump stop, falling down. Tried to throw one up, didn't get it to fall. Griffin able to hold in the rebound, sends it to Barrientos. Cougars back the other way. Barrientos runs right through the middle of the floor and lays it in. Barrientos heating up here. He's got 17 now. And Canyons with a 55-40 lead, largest of the night at 15 for either side. Pemberton trying to back down Henderson, and he's going to be called for a travel. The Cougar defense has picked it up here in the early part of the second half with 14:15 to go. A 15-point advantage, and we'll get a substitution for College of the Canyons as McCray going to come on the floor to take over for Dylan Griffin. Cougars to work on offense again. And Barrientos again lays it in. He's got 19 now. And a much different change from last time. Barrientos 9, 6, and 5 last time out against Bakersfield. But today, Barrientos 19, 4, and 3 as Coleman follow-away jumper is good. That's just a smooth shot from Coleman that time. He's got 6 now, but nobody in double figures for Bakersfield. Barrientos and Henderson carrying the load for Canyons with 19 and 14 as Miller driving, blocked. Coleman went up to knock it away from him. Good defense that time from Coleman. Here's Lewis. Back to Coleman, who wants to go to work in isolation against Miller here. Puts up a 3 over the top of Miller, but it's short. Henderson pulls down the board. That's his 9th. He's one off his 7th double-double of the season as he goes to work on offense here against Coleman. Good pass. Caston open for an easy shot. Zion Caston now with 6, as that's a great feed from Henderson that time. Drew an extra defender, found Caston wide open, and he had an easy little jumper from about 8. Coleman doubled. Able to get it over to Medina. Back to Lewis. Now to Coleman. Working against Miller on the near side. Drives into the paint. Puts it up. He's fouled. You can score the bucket and the foul. Coleman will go to the line. It was a 19-point lead. It's down to 15, and he can get it down to 14 with a bucket here on the foul shot. Coleman 64% from the line. Will take the first, or the only, excuse me. It's just one. Trying to finish off a three-point play. Knocks it down. Coleman now all of a sudden with 9. Bakersfield now in a soft full-court press, trying to put pressure on the Canyons offense as they work it across the timeline. Henderson, step back, 3 is good. Henderson now with 17, his first 3 of the ball game. And it's 62-45, Canyons in front. Back to a 17-point advantage here. Coleman gonna be called for an offensive foul. Actually, it's gonna go against Counts. Underneath the basket on a moving screen, they call an offensive foul. It's the 4th foul on Bakersfield. It's the 3rd on Counts. And yet another turnover on Bakersfield as Canyons on the defensive side has picked it up here in the second half. And it's led to a lot of buckets as the Cougars 32 points in the paint here in the ball game. And have extended the lead to 62-45. They're 5 of 14 from 3, and all 5 of those threes here in the second half. So they got a few from Barrientos. Griffin driving into the paint, had it knocked out of his hands as he went up, and he'll go to the line. Coleman not happy with the call. Griffin makes the first. Griffin 56% from the line. Griffin makes both. Galgano will come in and give Henderson a break here. As Henderson, some good work here in the second, 17 and 9. Griffin makes both foul shots, his first 2 points of the ball game. 11:34 to go. So a 19-point Canyons advantage. Foul going to be called against Griffin. That'll be his 3rd. Griffin the only Cougar with 3 fouls. Only Tony Counts with 3 fouls for Bakersfield. So plenty of room for everybody to work here. Halfway home just about in this second half. Coleman got to the rack, didn't get it to go. Underneath the basket, Pemberton, a rebound, a putback, and a foul. Foul gonna go against Zion Caston. That'll be his 3rd. He'll sub out as they bring in Corwin Smith. That one hung up on the rim. Pemberton couldn't finish it, so it's a 16-point advantage for Canyons. 64-47. The Cougars put your foot on the gas here. Try and close this one out. That's been a bit of a trouble for Howard Fisher's side this year. They've let teams crawl back into games when they have big leads instead of closing things out as early as possible. So you know they want to put their foot on the gas here. With 7 to shoot, Barrientos spins, kicks back Galgano, got his man in the air on a fake, missed on the shot on an air ball. Back the other way comes Sean Fry for Bakersfield. Bounce pass ahead, Pemberton trying to finish, no, as Galgano might have gotten a piece. Pemberton his own rebound, his second chance, no, and then a foul going to be called against Canyons as Davis went up for the rebound. And they say it was on the putback attempt, so Davis going to go to the line. It's against Corwin Smith. Mel Davis will take 2 here. Davis 1 for 2 from the line today. Make it 1 for 3. Henderson back to take over as McCray comes off the floor after giving Henderson a little bit of a break. Davis makes 1 of 2. Smith nearly threw that one away. Violation on Canyons, so it'll be Bakersfield basketball. Fry driving, got it back to Davis. Davis in the paint over the top of Barrientos. Soft touch, got it to fall. So it's back to a 14-point game. Bakersfield back out in a soft press, trying to trap here. Cougars across the timeline. Griffin in the corner on the near side will work it back up towards the near side wing. Gets it inside Corwin Smith against Medina. Smith had it knocked away from him, still working, gets it back to Griffin. Smith never caught it clean. So the Cougars will get it to Henderson. Henderson step back 3 over Davis, no good, too strong. Tip rebound, Medina able to pull it down. Bakersfield can get it back to a 12-point game at the least here. Medina, wide open, look for 3, late closeout, not gonna do it. It's a 3-pointer that's good for Medina. He's now in double figures, as that's his 3rd 3 of the ball game. Actually, no, he's got 9, sorry. But he's got 9 in a quartet of Renegades with 9 points in the ball game, and they're back within 11. Smith, foul line jumper, good. Good shot from Corwin Smith. His 3rd bucket of the day. He's got 7 now. But Canyons has let Bakersfield climb back in after having a 19-point lead. It's back down to 13 here. Davis gonna work one-on-one against Smith. Spinning. Went up with it, drew a foul, will go to the line.
Cougars foul number 25, Jimmy Galgano. Second personal, 6th on the team.
Foul goes against Galgano here.
And now Davis with 2.
Davis will shoot 2 here. Makes the first. Davis now with 9 as he's 3 of 5 from the line. Make it 3 of 6 as he misses 1 of 2. Smith, his pass was deflected. Galgano couldn't handle it. Bakersfield gets a takeaway and can get it back to a 10-point game here. Coleman, little Euro step into the lane is good. And Smith nearly turns it over again, this time on the inbound. Barrientos against Fry. Fry gonna be called for a hand check. Smith gonna come off, Caston gonna come back in. Lewis gonna check back in.
6th against the Renegades.
Barrientos waiting for the call from Fisher, gets it and gets it to Galgano. Galgano working off the dribble, throws it to Griffin, far side, drives, stops, puts up a jumper, no good. Galgano spinning back through, tried to lay it up from behind the basket. Got a head shake from Coach Fisher that time.
Cougar ball, 26-2. Into the game for the Renegades, number 1, Ronald Davis. Replacing Josh Lewis.
So it's a 10-point game. Lead was 19.
A ball shot clock remains 26.
Bakersfield has closed it down here a little bit. Canyons needs to get back to work on the offensive side. Get it into Galgano. Calling for some help. We'll get it to Barrientos. Barrientos going to take his time. 10 seconds on the shot clock to work here for Canyons. Henderson working against Coleman. Little shoulder shake, got to the rim and laid it in. Went up and under, around the horn and put it down. So back to a 12-point Canyons lead. Coleman. That's the second or third time today we've seen that with Bakersfield. A drive, a body going up in the air, deciding better of a shot and then throwing it away, trying to get it into the corner to someone and nobody there. Caden Arnold checking in to take over from Jimmy Galgano here. So Galgano gonna get a final break. So the Cougars go back to work offensively here. Barrientos guarded by Fry right at the timeline. Working against Fry. Lots of hand fighting in there from both, and Fry gonna be called for a reach. And Fry looking over towards his own bench asking why. And I think in that instance it's just aggression drawing the foul, as his hand was right on the belt loop of, or the belt buckle of Dylan Barrientos. And when Barrientos attacks and then spins away, that's what gets the foul. Barrientos misses the first of a 1-and-1 as the Cougars are in the bonus. Next foul on Canyons will put Bakersfield in the bonus. With 6:42 to go. It's a 68-56 Canyons lead. Coleman working against Griffin. Spins back to his right, then back to his left. Lost the basketball. It was picked up by Pemberton, who then threw it out, trying to dump it inside to Davis. Fry comes out. Lewis came back in, as he'll do the coverage against Barrientos, as that one tipped into the backcourt, so Barrientos can pick it up and go back to work. Working off a couple of screens, spins back to his left, gets it back to Henderson straight away. Bounce pass inside, Caston, fall away jumper too strong, as he was altered on the shot on the inside defense by Pemberton. Coleman going back to the basket will draw a foul. It's going to go against Sion Caston here for a block. I say actually give it to Dylan Griffin. That's his fourth. So that's going to send Griffin to the bench here, most likely. So they'll need to get somebody back on the floor. Coleman's first is good. Caston going to come off. Corwin Smith going to come on. They're going to let Dylan Griffin work with 4 fouls. Actually, they're going to get Galgano to come in and take over for Griffin after the foul shot. So it's a 10-point game, 6 minutes exactly to go here in the second half. Both teams in the bonus. Good passing from Canyons to get it up across the timeline, and they'll slow things down here. Galgano waiting for Barrientos to get in position between the circles. Canyons with 4 out. Galgano working, had it stolen for a second from Lewis, but got it back as they crashed into one another. Just 3 to shoot. Henderson going to be forced into a tough shot. No good, off the backboard. Shot clock violation on the Cougars. But it gets a clap out of Howard Fisher as it knocks off 33 seconds off the game clock. The Cougars need to go back to work defensively here. Coleman had it knocked away for a second by Henderson. Throw it over to Lewis, quite literally like a baseball player. Lewis works it back out to Medina, inside Pemberton against Galgano. Couldn't get it over the top of Henderson, who altered it. Throws it ahead to Corwin Smith, who's breaking and finishes with a one-handed slam. And the Cougars back with a 12-point lead, 4:45 to go. Here in the ball game, Coleman driving, back to Lewis. Lewis now into the paint. Jumper blocked from Henderson. Lewis, though, got it back as the Cougars couldn't clean up the rebound. And a timeout going to be called by Aaron Chavez. We'll take the break as well. 4:35 to go. 10-point Cougar lead, 70 to...
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
'70 to 60. Canyons in front by 10. Canyons quickly ahead. Galgano three-pointer is good. And it's back to a 13-point lead for Canyons. '73-60, 4:18 to go. Coleman matches with a 3 on the other side. Terrell Coleman is heated up. He's got 16, most of that coming here in the second half. It's Barrientos across the timeline driving, fouled as he passed it out to Henderson, who knocked down a 3. And that's one of those times you do not want the whistle to blow, as Henderson was wide open in the corner for 3. It's the second foul on Pemberton. It's a 10-point game. Barrientos makes 1 of 2. Barrientos with a nice game today, now has 19. Misses the second. Actually, Barrientos with 20 once that ticks ahead. So Barrientos, 4th time this year with 20 or more points. Henderson has his 7th double-double of the season, as he's got 19 and 11 as Lewis drives and lays it in. Good drive there from Lewis. And all of a sudden, it's a 9-point game. It was 19. Coleman called for a foul there. Be the third on Terrell Coleman.
Renegade foul against Tyrell Coleman, his third and the team's ninth. 1-and-1 opportunity given Barrientos.
It's back to the 1-and-1 for Barrientos here. Give him 21 in the ball game. His season high this year was 27 against Santa Monica. With 3:36 to go, the Cougars with a 10-point lead, 75-65. Remember, very important game when it comes down to potentially making the playoffs. This would be the 15th win for Canyons this year and their 7th conference win. There's a timeout called by Aaron Chavez of the Renegades, as Bakersfield going to talk about things here, trailing by 11. It would get them a half a game ahead of Bakersfield, as they'd be even in the loss column. The Cougars with one more win, Bakersfield with one more conference game to go. Puts you 4 games above 500. It would help your RPI out a little bit, as that's really the discussion right now. Is the RPI going to be strong enough to get either one of these teams really into the playoffs when all's said and done? Canyons was talking about 2 more open dates on their schedule, trying to schedule a couple of more teams that are good for the RPI. We'll see who, if they do schedule any games. We're unsure if that's going to happen. But like we said, kind of got to win to continue on. And remember, we'll have women's action coming up after this. Bakersfield and Canyons, a pair of top 25 teams. On the ladies' side, it should be a pretty good battle, and that's a game where, again, got to win to get in. Off of either side. So we go to work out of the timeout here. It's Bakersfield basketball. Coleman will run it ahead. Griffin will pick him up right at the 3-point line. Coleman trying to draw a foul, throws up a 3, doesn't get it called. Rebound for Henderson, runs it up the floor, throws it to Griffin, and the Cougars will slow it down. But imagine the rest of the way here, Canyon's going to be very deliberate on the offensive side unless they have an easy bucket. Try and use as much of the clock as they possibly can on every possession, as they have an 11-point lead. Barrientos, isolation driving against Medina, and lays it in around him. Barrientos has been very good off the dribble drive today. And then an illegal inbound play called against Bakersfield as they stepped in before they inbounded it. So it's Canyons basketball. So it's another turnover on Bakersfield. They've had 17 in the game. That one out off of Bakersfield will stay with Canyons. The Cougars can go back to work offensively. For Barrientos now 24, so 3 off a season high. Galgado inbounds on a bump into Henderson. And an offensive foul going to be called against Andrew Henderson, so the basket does not count. We're inside of 3 minutes to go, 2:57 left. Foul against Henderson is just his first. Andrew's done a very good job today not fouling. Last couple of games here at the Cougar Cage, he's been in foul trouble early on, but today in better shape. Medina, 3-pointer on the way is good. Wow. Eloy Medina now with 12, 4 of 6. Actually 4 of 9 from 3. All of his buckets 3-pointers. It's a 10-point game, 78-68. So 2:45 to go. Out of the break, it's a 10-point Canyons lead, 78-68. After the three-pointer from Eloy Medina, who's now got 12. Had 12 last time against Canyons. And today, all of them coming off three-pointers. Cougars passing it ahead. Barrientos now will catch and go to work against Pemberton here. It's Pemberton with an arm distance on defense against him, trying to keep Barrientos in front. Barrientos drives to the glass again and lays it home. Barrientos has been very good using his speed today. He's now got 26, one off his season high. And Canyons back with a 12-point lead. 2:10 to go. Three-pointer, Coleman, no good. Griffin with the board. Outlets ahead. They get it to Barrientos on an extra pass, and he'll slow it back down. Very smart from Barrientos that time. Could have challenged for another bucket, but with a 12-point 80-68 lead, decided to take his time. Had it stripped, though. Coleman took it away. Just lazy that time, so a smart play and then a lazy play, and Coleman back to work. Throws up a wild shot from the foul line. Henderson able to pull it down. He'll run it ahead, slow things up across the timeline, works into the painted area, takes a foul line jumper. That's an easy shot for Henderson with 95 seconds to go. It's a 14-point Canyons lead as Dockery will bring it up the floor. 82-68. Cougars out in front. Dockery still trying to work. We'll get it over to Pemberton. Against Henderson, drives in the paint, leans against Henderson, leans him off the basket, lays it in. Pemberton now with 11. Timeout called by Bakersfield, as that's the final timeout for Aaron Chavez. It's a 12-point game with 1:15 to go. We'll take a
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
.115 to go, 82-70, Canyons in front, a 12-point lead. Cougars looking to hang on here, and they've got plenty of cushion right now. This would be their 7th conference win of the year. They've gotten a good performance from Dylan Barrientos, who's got 26, Andrew Henderson with 21 and 13, Galgano with 10. And it's been a turnover night for Bakersfield as they've got 17 in the ball game, 10 to shoot. Arnold gets it inside to McCray. McCray stepped on the baseline, so a turnover on Canyons, but they use 24 seconds of the 30. It'll leave 51.1 left. Bakersfield out of timeouts as well, so Canyons can just work it up the floor. I'm sure Bakersfield will start to think about some fouls here late. So get it into Dockery, who will work it ahead. Dockery wanting to drive against Barrientos, does, right to the basket. Bucket is no good as it doesn't fall. Henderson pulls down another rebound for Henderson. Give him 14 on the day. Cougars across the timeline. Henderson catches out high, Dockery guarding him. Henderson needs to move the ball and does. Arnold wide open at the foul line, thought about it, didn't take it. 6 seconds to go. Coleman against Henderson, and Henderson just gonna take a shot clock violation, leaves 12 seconds left. As that'll do it, so Canyons will take the win. It's just a matter of what the final score is as Fry drives, misses on the layup. Tie up between Fry and Davis. Davis couldn't put the first one back in, puts the second one in, leaves 6.6 left. It's a 10-point win, 82-72. Canyons takes it over Bakersfield. They win their season finale here at home. They move to 7-7 on the conference season, 15-11 on the regular season, and keep their hopes at a playoff spot alive. Now just pending some RPI and calculations. We'll see what else happens, but at least have themselves a split of third place with Bakersfield, as those two teams have split on the regular season. That'll do it for us here for the men's basketball game. Make sure you switch over. Women's basketball coming up next here on the Cougar Sports Network. Canyons takes it 82-72 over Bakersfield.